What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Simple, back at it with another video. Today I'm going to be starting a new series where I go back and play some older games and seeing how they stand up. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Mafia 2, but let's take a look at it today, starting right off with things I liked. So one of the things I really liked about this game is attention to detail. There's small animals running around, little cats in the corner, birds flying away from you, things like that really just bring me into the world. And even though the graphics aren't as good as the modern games that we're seeing today, it just helped bring the immersion levels up. Another thing is the environment. On PC at high details, the environment just breaks apart as there's bullets flying everywhere, grenades going off, little things like that. One thing that I thought was really cool was this little shark that I found in a warehouse, and I shot the shark and it fell apart. I don't know, just a cool little touch. Another thing, the atmosphere, music, perfect. It really made me feel like I was in the 1940s, driving along the streets. The music just, I don't know, it did something. It pulled me into this world. And even though, like I said, the graphics, they look old, they're a little bit dated, but they still did a great job with the atmosphere. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is story, and this goes hand in hand with the characters. Wow, they did such a good job of making this world feel so real. I got attached to the characters. The story I have to admit is what pulled me through this game. Because yeah, I had a lot of issues with it. There was things that were infuriating. But the story and characters, along with the voice acting, just brought me through this game and really made me appreciate the game for what it was. And still is. It's an amazing game. Throughout the whole thing, I was emotionally attached to the characters. Good job. One other positive point is the sound effects. The guns all sounded great. They have unique sounds and felt good. When I'm shooting at people, when enemies are dying, it felt meaty. You hit people in the leg and they stumble. There would be pools of blood on the floor. All this really helped in making the game immersive. So now I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I don't like. And my number one issue with this game, and I don't know if it was just my PC setup. I actually haven't played this game on Xbox 360 or PS3. But on my PC setup, I suffered from horrible pop-in. I don't know what it was, but I actually uninstalled the game, reinstalled it on my SSD, and this actually fixed some of the issues. Like before, I actually had entire buildings that were popping in, but now it was mainly just cars and people, lighting was popping in. But unfortunately, this is what really brought the game down a notch for me. A couple other things, the shaky camera while running, I don't know, it just gave me a little dizzy feeling. The whole game shows its age, and the textures, character models, and faces just weren't. Obviously, the game's 6 years old, and it's not gonna be what we expect to see now in a new release game in 2016. But it is starting to show its age. If those things don't really bother you, though, again, it's something you can look beyond. For a game that's 6 years old, I was actually surprised at how hard it was for my system to keep up with it. I experienced quite a few performance drops, which I really wasn't expecting. I have a 1080 in my PC with an i7, pretty powerful system, and I just wasn't expecting as many performance drops. Unfortunately, this brings the experience down a little bit. Also, the draw distance, I mean, again, it's 6 years old. We've seen many open world games that have great draw distance, such as GTA 5. Draw distance just had a little bit to be desired for. One other big thing that I really felt brought the game down a bit was the driving mechanics. When you're driving all these older cars, they really do feel like boats. I really wish that they handled a little bit better and they didn't feel so floaty, especially because a lot of the game you're going to be driving. That was a big part of the game, which is another negative point. I feel like they could have cut out a lot of the driving actually. The game actually did feel started to get a little long at the end, and they could have cut back on some of the driving sections, especially when it's at the end of a mission and you just have to drive home and it's 3/4 of the way across the map. There was also some weird difficulty spikes. The whole game felt pretty easy. Like, combat is fun, the gunplay is good, but I don't know. There would be times where I wouldn't die for hours, and then I would run to a weird section where it was almost impossible. Just a random grenade out of nowhere would kill me, and I'd have to try this one little part for 4 or 5 times. That was kind of annoying, especially at the end of the game. I don't know, they ramped up the difficulty at the end or something, but I died quite a few times at the end. Checkpoints can also be inconsistent, especially when there's these weird difficulty spikes where you gotta try this big long section of gunplay over and over again. Yeah, it's just really annoying. The ending too. For such strong storytelling throughout the entire game, I was a little bit disappointed with the ending. It kind of leaves things hanging, and I wish they did a better job with that, especially since the game throughout the story was amazing. So to finish off that story with an amazing ending would have just made this game so much better. One other point I just want to go over with is the cops. Obviously in an open world game like this, the police are a big part of it, but it's kind of annoying how they chase you for speeding, nicking. Like if you bump into a car in front of a cop, they'll chase you down and try to give you a ticket. One thing though is they are pretty easy to lose. You go around the block a couple times and they usually just forget about you, and it's okay. In conclusion, the overall presentation as a whole, even with the technical issues, still managed to impress me, which is excellent for a game that is 6 years old. For roughly 15 hours of entertainment, I'd say at full price, this game on Steam is around $30. It might be a pass for some of you, but if you can pick it up on sale like it is right now for Black Friday, $7 is a steal of a deal for a game like this. If you can get past the technical issues that are in this game and enjoy the story like I did, I'd say this game is definitely still good. If there's any other older games you'd like to see me review like this, just let me know in the comments and I'll definitely try to get that done for you. Hope you enjoyed this review. This is Simple Logics, signing out.